Hey, good morning guys, Tush coming at you. Saturday, February the 14th, just coming up to a quarter to 11 in the morning. And we're going to start working on the lower control arms this morning. We're going to do a rebush on the control arms and put some new grease fittings in. So there are all the new bushings. They're a combination of steel sleeves, nylon bushings, and bronze bushings that have to be pressed into the tops of the control arms. So we're going to do that this morning and get those out of the way and get them ready to put back on the car. Alright guys, we'll talk to you in a bit. Good morning guys, Tush coming at you. 11 o'clock in the morning on Monday, February the 16th. It's actually a holiday up here today, so we're going to play out in the garage. First thing we got to do is get this place cleaned up. It is a pigsty out here. It's a disaster. I actually had to clean up a little bit just to move some bins around a little bit just to find my camera. I actually couldn't find the camera. I went inside, thought I might have brought it in last night because of the cold, and wasn't in there. And then I came out and was rooting around and finally found it after about 15 minutes of looking. Anyway, so that will be the first task for today, is to get this place cleaned up and organized a little bit better. I have been making a little bit of progress on the car in the last couple days. I was out here pretty much most of the day yesterday. I didn't get a heck of a lot done. I did start reassembling the front suspension a little further. Had to stop last night. I ran into a little bit of an issue with the stub axle. If you remember, it had that it was missing a nylock nut on the back of the stub axle. Well, the reason it was missing the nut, I think, is that somebody tried to actually pound the stub axle out at one point, and they peened over the edge of the rear of the stub axle, so you can't get a nut threaded on there. So I've tried to get that fixed up, but with the die, and it doesn't seem to be working really well. I can get threads just after the start of the threads, but having trouble getting the nut actually started to pick up the threads, so that's been a bit of a challenge. So we'll get that sorted out this morning, hopefully. Like I said, it was frustrating me last night, so I just went back inside. The other thing that's a little bit frustrating is that I did order these are the grease seals that actually go on the control arms and on the fronts here over the bushings, and I've broke 4 of these, so I'm short 4 now for the passenger side, so I'm gonna have to reorder more of those and wait for them to come in the mail. So that's a little bit of a disappointment that have to wait on sort of small parts like that. I have torqued a few things up, and wherever I've got the white on the ends of the bolts is areas where I've torqued already, so I know I've torqued those and don't have to go back. So that's pretty much a bit of an update from me. Like I said, we're going to get to cleaning this place up a little bit, and then we'll sort of continue on the reassembly where we can, and hopefully I can get that nylock nut on the back of that stub axle. Alright guys, we'll come back later. Hey guys, Tush coming back at you. Quick update, 3:45 on Monday afternoon. And as you can see, we've got the frame back down off the sawhorses and on stands. So we've got our remaining suspension parts sort of sitting out there, ready to be installed. I should make note on probably one of my previous videos that I may have posted. Actually, it might be a segment prior to this one. You may have seen me assemble the vertical link with the caliper backplate on it on the bench, and you should not do that. You should actually assemble it on the car. What happens is when you're trying to screw the vertical link into the trunnion, the bottom of the caliper backplate will actually foul on the steering stop. Even with the bolt removed, it still fouls actually on the trunnion itself, and you can't actually thread the vertical link down as far as you need to into the trunnion. So that's just a quick note, quick boo-boo by me, quickly rectified. I was glad I hadn't bent up the tabs yet on the safeties. So all I did was sort of undo those, take the plate off, screw the trunnion down, reaffix this, retorque this, and now I can go ahead and pound those lock tabs up. So yeah, we're making, like I said, slow progress, but progress nonetheless. So that's pretty much it for now, guys. I think what I might do is we might put the coil spring in here. That's why I put it down on jack stands. It's going to be easier to put the coil spring in when it's on the ground versus up on a table. So we might go ahead and do that, but we'll see. I did start creating a bin of these are cast-offs. These are parts that from the spare parts bin that I've had that I've sort of already gone through and used what I required. I used the best of what I had. So these are all bits that will go on to the next TR3 maybe. So we'll just continue on until I'm out of parts completely. That might be a while. So anyway, we're going in the right direction. That was just a quick update, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Hey guys, quick update for you. 6:30, and the coil spring's now in. Went in with not too many issues. It's about as far as I can go on the front suspension. I was going to put the shock in, but I really need some weight on the car. I need the engine in before I can put the shock in. So that's going to have to wait. Again, as I mentioned, I wasn't able to complete the passenger side as I'm missing those grease seals, so I couldn't go any further on that. So I'm waiting for parts on that side. So I think we're going to have to look for a new project for the next week. So I think maybe we'll start on the rear suspension and the rear axle. So we'll have to start digging parts out. Maybe tomorrow night we'll start figuring out what course of action we're going to do for the rear of the car. So that's it for tonight. I'll upload this, and we'll come back out here tomorrow. Have a good night, guys.